Remember the professor who used to hate Robert Wilhelm Bunsen?
Yes. Yeah, all you had to do was mention the Bunsen burner and he was off on a rant. Oh, he didn't invent it. Remember the way...
I did not plan an introduction for this. So, it's Bunsen Burner. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Do all the usual things to make us feel loved because...
Buy stuff.
We're very insecure. Yeah, buy stuff too. But we're very insecure. We're not people with confidence.
Yeah, check the video once a day.
I'm here with Paul and Dan. Yeah, and for likes and comments. And when there aren't any, we start crying. Yeah, but here with Dan and Paul and Dan, the usual suspects.
Farquaad and Tard Meal
and yes. And my name today was 3 nuggets, celery, and canned tuna.
On account of Fred has 3 nuggets.
Yeah, it's a weird meal, just celery and canned tuna.
Did Fred get lost in the transmission here?
He must have.
Yeah, because I heard him in the middle of a sentence and then it just stopped, and then I said 3 nuggets, and that could have gone somewhere.
My computer's like...
I said 3 nuggets on account of Fred has 3 nuggets. Did you hear that part?
Yeah, my...
It sounds like Fred's having...
I heard myself and then nothing.
Your computer's computing.
How is it now? Can you hear everything?
It is. Hang on.
We're back from Fred's rebooty.
Technical difficulties. Yeah, I was saying my screen name today is 3 nuggets, celery, and canned tuna.
On account of you have 3 nuggets.
Yeah, I just wanted to play into Paul's Tard Meal Enjoyer. Thought I'd share something I had earlier last week.
And Dan's reclaiming his slur of Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad?
Yeah.
No, kiss me! The ogre is in love with the princess. Oh, good lord.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, John Lithgow. He was great in Third Rock from the Sun. That was a good show. Recommended sitcom. Yeah, Paul, you'd probably like that if you got nothing else to do. Watch Third Rock from the Sun.
I just made it to season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
What happened? What just happens on that season?
He just got reinstated to be a lawyer.
Right?
So Chuck died.
Right. I know. Wasn't that sad?
Yeah.
Did you like that famous scene where Chuck is embarrassed in front of his peers in the courtroom?
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, "You think this is bad? This chicanery?"
Yeah, and then so the like I think it was like Paige or something from Mesa Verde was like, "Oh yeah, chicanery. Who talks like that?" But yeah, that was...
He defecated through a sunroof.
Yeah, it made me view Chuck in a different way because I was just kind of annoyed by him.
He's kind of a douchebag.
I like that he was a douchebag. Like it was a good character. I didn't even hate him.
Oh
like,
yeah.
There was something about him. I liked his character very much.
Yeah.
No, he was a good character, but his character was a douchebag. But he was perfect for the plot.
Yeah, I like.
What do you mean you saw him through a different light?
Oh, because like I felt bad for him after, versus like.
Me too. I felt bad for him too. Like I actually liked him. He was kind of a weird, uptight douchebag, but like, I don't know. It kind of made sense for his character to be that way.
Yeah, like I wasn't in disagreement of like any of his actions or anything. It was just like, it was just kind of like going more to the extremes of what he thought were like consequences and stuff.
Right.
So
I think he was kind of he was a dick. The whole thing with Saul's mother at the very beginning, like, come on.
Yeah, that and
oh, where's Jimmy?
Thinking that
Not our precious Jimmy.
where Saul thought it was, or Jimmy thought it was Howard, like not wanting him to be part of the, or like not being hired at that branch, and it was just like Chuck the whole time.
Howard got a bad shake. He
Yeah.
seemed like a genuinely nice guy, full of himself, but nice guy.
Yeah, because at first, like, he's painted as, like, this villain, and then, like, you find out it's, like, his brother.
I think
But I mean,
Blackjaw
right
said
from
the
the
same
beginning,
thing.
like when they show Saul telling Chuck that he passed the bar, and he's just like horrified that his brother has actually made something of himself. Like,
And he gets to be a lawyer?
Yeah,
What a
he
sick
Yeah.
joke.
just wanted to keep him as, like, a male boy.
yeah, he wanted all the glory to himself. What a douche nozzle.
Yeah, and then Mike was, like, yelling at his granddaughter and shit. Because she was, she was bringing up, Maddie.
Yeah,
It's a weird scene.
Yeah.
It's like it's so out of it's like a bad scene. It's not a good scene.
Yeah, he was
The acting
like,
is stupid.
we're done. I thought you're making a
We are
mess.
done. You're making a mess.
Yeah. I like,
the little girl's acting like pissed me off right there. I think it was supposed to. It was supposed to be pissing Mike off, but it pissed me off because it was so bad.
I don't think she was doing anything. She was just, like, asking about him. And he got all, like, triggered.
I feel like it was intentionally supposed to be annoying. Well, it annoyed me. I just thought the acting was bad.
Yeah, it's getting good. Like,
Did you see the karaoke scene?
yeah.
The winner
It's like-
takes it all.
Like singing ABBA and shit.
That was awesome. For whatever reason, that scene like sticks with me as a beautiful piece of. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, he's like doesn't
When
want
he
to.
takes the microphone and he starts singing.
Yeah, he like doesn't want to. He's like no, and then he like just rips it away and takes it all.
Yeah, that part resonates with me. I like that.
And they're
part.
like singing in the same bed together.
Yeah. See, they got along at some point. There was a point where things
Yeah.
weren't all that horrible.
Yeah, I
between
think
the
it
two
was.
brothers.
I think it was
As
just
brief as
like
it was.
yeah, because he just like Chuck had everything his way. It was like okay, he's in or Saul's in his place.
I didn't even realize the winner takes it all. Very eluding. Yeah, makes sense.
And what's that guy's name? Is it Ernesto? That
Black
like
guy?
black kid like
Yeah.
singing at the beginning too. That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Jimmy's story. You could see him just towing the line of morality and shit.
Yeah, it's maybe it's not exactly clear what I don't know. Maybe it is just a story, and there's not really a moral to his character. It may be just like real type of character or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, cause even like Kim is like sees his ways of like I guess manipulating people and things situations to the benefit of not only themselves but like I guess the clients too. Versus like Chuck would have would basically not be going at those lengths or anything.
Right.
Yeah,
But
good
sticking to the
good
letter
show.
of the law. Yeah.
What I kind of like could care less for is like the Nacho storyline. Where it's
That.
like-
Well, I mean, that's
like-
kind of part of it all ties in, actually.
yeah, because that's what I'm assuming. Like, it's just like the least
I mean,
interesting to me.
In ways it already has tied in. I mean, yeah, just keep watching. Just see how you feel about it, I guess.
Yeah, because I like the Mike storyline and Jimmy. So, but then this like they're tying in the what's to come. I guess with like Breaking Bad and stuff with all that.
Right.
Do you guys ever watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine? I'm sure we've had the conversation, but I don't remember.
Which one is Deep Space Nine?
The one on the
'Cause
space
I'm
station
sure I've
with
never seen it.
with the giant war at the end.
Nope.
What's the difference between Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek The New Generation? Is that what it's called? New Generation?
Next Generation.
Next Generation. That's the one with Picard, right?
Yes.
This one doesn't have Picard.
Only in the very first episode.
I remember that character with the big butt head.
Oh yeah,
Big
Quark.
ears.
But I don't know why, but like obviously very different scenarios. But Saul kind of reminds me of a character from that show called Garrick, and he plays a tailor on the station, and you find out over time that he actually used to be in like the his species equivalent of the secret forces or black ops, whatever. He's like an undercover agent, and he's always like just being the sketchiest fucker possible, but has just these brilliant lines. And at one point, one of the other characters is telling him the story of the boy who cried wolf, and he's saying, you know, he wanted attention one day, so he called wolf, and then whenever the entire village showed up, he said that he chased him away, and they all like applauded him, and he did the same thing the next day, and less people showed up, and the third day no one showed up, and the fourth day a real wolf came, and when he cried wolf no one came, and he ate the boy and his sheep, and this character Garrick's like, well, that's a bit of a morbid story, isn't it? He's like, yeah, but the point of the story is if you keep lying, eventually no one's going to believe you. And Garrick comes back with, are you sure that's the moral of the story? Because I took away from it as, don't tell the same lie twice.
Yeah, that could be too.
And I think that's
different things.
brilliant.
So did I didn't even realize Deep Space Nine, that comes after Next Generation, right?
Yes, it started, I think, during the 4th or 5th season of Next Gen. And they technically occur simultaneously, but then Next Gen ended and DS9 continued past that.
Interesting. But they're not connected, right? It's kind of weird.
They're connected in that they're in the same universe with the same planets and organization. Like the captain of DS9 was a commander at the beginning of the series, but Cisco, he is brought to Deep Space Nine by Picard, who gives him the briefing of his mission in the first episode. And Worf from Next Gen joins the cast of Deep Space Nine basically like halfway through the show, after Next Gen had ended. So it's like same world, same creatures, just different ship or station in this case.
I wonder how long I would have to live to be able to watch Star Trek.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'll probably have to, you know.
You have the first show, the original series, which is 3 seasons.
Never finished that. Never finished that one.
That one is dated. Like, either you like it or you don't, because it doesn't move the same way as more modern shows. Next Gen, DS9, and Voyager are kind of like the golden era for me. And Enterprise was cool. That was enjoyable. And then there was kind of a break for quite a while, and they came back with Discovery, which was, I never finished it because I didn't like it. And then Strange New Worlds, which is a spin-off technically of Discovery, but features the Enterprise with the captain that came before Kirk, and that show is fantastic. And you have Lower Decks, which is the animated series, which is actually really funny.
Fred says
there wasn't
really funny.
Yeah, there was an animated Star Trek in the 70s, which was brutal. Like, good stories, but like the animation was just so bad. And you've got
Wasn't as good as Yogi Bear, huh?
No, Yogi Bear is peak. And then you've also, I'm going to go on to parody about Star Trek here. You've got Prodigy, which is kind of a kids show, but kind of not at the same time. And they're coming out with Starfleet Academy soon, which is not a great idea. And Picard, which first 2 seasons were not great, and third one was fantastic. And then you have all the movies, and we could be here for a while, so it's probably best to move on.
I don't think I
I think we just lost all of our listeners in the last like 5 minutes.
I think I'm just not a Star Trek guy. I can probably get into the original show, which I did for as long as I did, like a few episodes, and that might be it for me personally. Just because like I'm not a fan of franchises. Like I don't. There's nothing where I'm like, oh, it's the new Batman movie. It's the new Muppets movie. It's like I don't really care. It's like. There are some good Batman movies. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises were good. There's a third one in that trilogy. I think the first one was Scarecrow. I haven't seen that one. I don't know if it's good or not.
Batman Begins.
Maybe, possibly.
So I really liked Dark Knight, but I liked the first 3/4 of it. Because the end with Two-Face felt very shoehorned in. I'm like, this wasn't necessary. Just end it with Joker. That's all we needed.
You know what? To be fair, I saw those movies once in the theater, and that was it. But I liked them. I enjoyed my theater experience. And so I'm just like, oh, those are good movies. So, you know, I saw Limitless in the theater, so and I can say that, oh, that was a good movie. I haven't seen it since, but it was okay.
If I'm actually in the movie theater, I'll pretty much enjoy any movie you show me. Just give me like a nice comfy theater seat and popcorn, and I don't really care what you play.
I won't. I just,
maybe not like
hate movies.
Musicals. I don't like musicals. Don't put me through that. But
Fred,
South Park the musical was good.
Fred, when we play in Canada, we'll go watch a movie.
Yeah,
We'll get you in a comfy seat.
I'm there for that.
Yeah,
You know what? If I could
few,
watch metal shows in a movie theater seat with popcorn, I'd be happier than a pig in shit. Like watching
did that-
Pro
I did
Fanatica
that
or
once.
Archgoat playing while I'm in a nice comfy seat with popcorn. That's what I want. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to be up there headbanging. I just want to be comfortable.
Shows with seating is that's underrated.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw Obituary once at the Fox Theater, like on the upper level, in a seat, and that was awesome. I think I saw Exhumer the same way when I had like a fucked up shoulder. Fucked up shoulder will come into play into this show later, but yeah, I remember that. It is a good experience to see to see bands sitting down, especially on the upper level. You get to see the entire thing. See Obituary like that is quite the experience.
It'd be sick to just bring a chair.
Yeah. Lawn chair.
Yeah.
People love going to shows, but man, I hate standing around. I hate standing.
Yeah,
Too
because
long.
you're watching the band standing, and then you during the tear down and setup, you're standing somewhere else. It's
You're
like
always
this.
standing.
Yeah.
Venues don't have seats, and
I'm old. Like I don't have time for this shit. Just give
Yeah,
me a
the
chair.
best you can get is a wall to lean on.
Yeah.
honestly, when I go
Or
to
give me-
shows, a
or a
lot of the
good
time I just
post
don't
is
even want
nice.
to talk to people. I'm just like, I kind of just want to get see the bands or play the show that I'm there to do, and it's like.
Yeah. No one
I'm
wants to
really
talk to
not that
people.
interested in like
The
like-
socialness.
Yeah, but there is no social. Like, if it was something that meant something, sure. But a lot of the time, it's just like random bullshitting, and
Yeah.
driving out, driving, taking your time, paying for a ticket, finding parking, to stand and to like randomly bullshit. It's just, I don't know. I don't care for it. Going to shows, it's not too much for me these days. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who the people are. If it's people I already know and enjoy talking to, that's cool. I'm fine with it.
I feel like that
I'm
rarely
not.
ever happens for me.
I'm not there to talk to new people.
I've tried to talk to new people sometimes, but it's just like, it's whatever. I don't even care. And even with the people I know, it's like, oh, whatever.
No, the people I know, I'm usually happy to see. But if it's again new people, I'm like, no, I'm not here for this.
It's like
I mean, I've said before, it's like I'll go to shows when there's a band that I have to see. But lately, there just haven't been any bands that I have to see. I think there's one show coming up. I think I want to see Ares Kingdom. So that might have to go to.
Yeah, Dorier and Destroyer 666 too, right?
A Dorier, yeah.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because they're playing like a, isn't it like a Cali Death Fest, but they're doing like a special LA show or something.
Yes. That's sort of the same situation as how we saw Demilich that one time, a long time ago.
Yeah, they just play it in like an extra day because I think that's on Thursday. That Ares Kingdom show, and when I saw them in San Diego, it was like awesome. It was a great show.
Oh, you saw Ares Kingdom?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
them
With
and
Deceased, right?
Deceased. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, that must have been interesting. Drive all the way to San Diego, and then what did you just drive back home?
yeah.
All right, that sounds okay. I
Fair.
suppose sounds okay.
Yeah, it was just a show. You can go by yourself and just find that one. Luckily, had places to sit, and then just go up for the actual show, and then just dip. Like it was good.
I've had mixed experiences with going to shows by myself. Like sometimes it's great and like it's painless, easy. Other times it's like, it's like what am I even doing? I'm just like standing around or sitting. It's like I'm by myself. It's like what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
Most of the shows I go to, I'm by myself.
I got to do that on Friday because the damn boys didn't buy their tickets in time for some screamo show.
You're going by yourself.
Ooh, what hosers, eh?
Yeah, they're on a wait list for a ticket, so we'll see.
Oh, there's some show drama happening in Canada.
What's that?
The promoter that was putting on a bunch of shows just like spontaneously shut down, and all the shows are canceled. People are waiting for the reimbursements.
Damn.
Yeah, I told you guys about the Padushka Archgoat show. That's one of them.
Oh damn.
So, waiting for the fucking reimbursement on that. I've seen people commenting that they're getting their reimbursements, but it's not particularly fast.
Yeah, I'm
But,
sure at the scale they're working at, underground shows.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it sounds like this guy was punching way above his weight. Like, he had, the shows that were announced from this, promoter were, I think, this past weekend, Cancer was supposed to play Toronto, and they just found out that it was canceled not from the promoter. They're just like, yeah, it stopped responding, and now we've learned the show's canceled. And we're like,
Cancer canceled.
that's pretty shit practices there.
This is shit.
But yeah, so that's I'm waiting for my reimbursement on that Gong show.
Long show.
They had also scheduled Possessed, and that didn't pan out either.
Red,
Well.
did you see the picture I sent to the other group chat with the open gash in my head?
I did. How did you get it to
did.
stop bleeding long enough to take a photo?
Yeah, I took that photo. I just used the fucking rag.
Yeah, so start from the
Rag on
top.
my head.
Huh? Because like I was telling Paul before this, a couple of years ago, I was breaking a 2x4 and it bounced and hit me right in the cheekbone,
Right.
and it was a gash maybe like a centimeter wide, and I could not get that to stop bleeding long enough to take a photo. Like it was just gushing, and with the size of the gash you had, I don't even know how you did it.
Yeah, that was surprising. I don't know either. My dad just took that photo. Well, you can. I had a brand new. Yeah, I'll start from the top. That's where it actually started, from the top. So I was stacking wheels yesterday, and I had a stack all the way to the ceiling, like they're in boxes, like car wheels. And I had space for one more at the very tippy top, and I couldn't quite reach it, so I kind of like tried to jump a little and toss it with my arms like extended as much as I could, but like the wheel kind of it went back, and I tried to catch it. And Paul, you know this, I have kind of a fucked up shoulder already. So like when I reached up to try to catch this wheel, I can feel my shoulder like about to like dislocate, and that freaked me out. And so, because I thought it was gonna dislocate, and so that like sort of shocked me, and I dropped the wheel, and then without even realizing that the wheel was still up there, it just came down and hit me like right in the forehead from like the ceiling height, and I didn't even know exactly what had happened. I just like I saw blood, and I was like, oh fuck, and I like started to panic. I was like, oh shit! I took my shirt off and I ruined my brand new shirt, had blood all over it. I went to the fucking urgent care and got some stitches, and it was slightly agonizing getting stitches in your forehead.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and then I had a big old like mega mind bump on my head because I got hit in the head with a fucking wheel.
Yeah.
At least you didn't get a concussion.
Yeah, no concussion. But honestly, it's in like a pretty good spot. Like, as far as getting hit with something and getting a fucking laceration, like it could have been worse. Could have got hit in the eye. That wouldn't have been
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, like one right down on your nose or something.
Could have got
Yeah,
hit
for
in
sure.
the lip, broke my fucking teeth, split my lip open. That wouldn't have been good. Yeah, could have broke my nose.
Yeah.
Could have hit me in the top of the head. Kind of hit me right in the perfect spot, right on the like upper right part of the forehead. So like a little bit out of the way.
How many stitches did you get?
So yeah, could have been worse. Actually, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. They don't tell you. They didn't tell me.
Mm.
She said a couple, but I'm sure it was more than that because I was
Yeah.
laying there for like, God,
No
it
way,
was
that was
taking a
only
while.
one.
And
No
then
way,
she
that
like
was only two.
reopened the fucking cut. Yeah, she reopened the cut. There was like blood going to the back of my head.
Oh God.
So yeah, it was. Yeah. It's only a little bit painful now. A lot of the swelling went down, but yeah.
Well, that's something.
Ouchies.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's something. Shit happens.
Good pick, though.
Sounds like it could have been a lot worse. So that's good at least.
Yeah, it could have been. Pretty lucky it hit me right where it did.
Yeah.
The only thing lost was my t-shirt.
What T-shirt was it?
It was a fucking Black Label skateboard shirt. I just bought it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Crackin'.
and then it was covered in blood. So,
I mean,
yeah.
depending on who you ask, that might improve it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, put that shirt up on Bunsen Burner, and then we'll sell
A
it.
blood shirt.
Or wear it next time you go see Pro Fanatica.
Let's see. Besides that, I was getting into. I sent it to you, Fred. That Asmodee demo, Priest
Yeah.
Fest.
Yeah.
That's great. That is something that I'm like black metal wise that I'm super into.
Mm-hmm.
What's the sound of that? I haven't listened to it yet.
It's French black metal, but it is really, what's the word? It's fucking it's dynamic in a lot of ways. It goes through a lot of different sounds and a lot of different atmospheres in like interesting ways.
It's adventurous.
It's of interest. It is of interest. That and the first two Fest demos kind of have the same vibe going on.
Yeah. Did you see the picture for Asmodee on Metal Archives?
Yeah, the Warthog.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, we thought it was Animal Day. When
Yeah, we thought it was
looked
one of
up.
those like April Fools type of things. We're like, wait, it's August.
I mean, on one hand, maybe it's a leftover of them playing around with it in the past, but at the same time, I don't think it's coincidence that the logo looks like I think it looks like a dragon, but maybe it's supposed to be a goat or one of those. I don't know.
I was watching J Dog's shit, and he mentioned this dude who was in a band called Exorcism. Wait, what's that? Isn't there another band called Exorcism, or am I thinking of Exorcist?
Yeah,
The,
Exorcist, probably.
the Nightmare Theater or whatever. Yeah, the Exorcism from Germany. You ever heard of this, Fred?
Yeah.
You have. Okay.
Yeah.
You know who this guy is? Daniel Sichos? Sichos? Daniel Sichos?
I don't know the name of the guys, but
He's been in a bunch of stuff that no one's ever heard of, except for maybe Front Beast.
Front Beast I know, yeah.
It's Front Beast. Why does that name sound familiar?
They've done... I mostly know them from splits, so...
Oh, for some reason I've heard their Cursed Lake EP from 2007, which is just one song and then a Gramble Isles Key cover. Yeah, maybe this guy's discography is worth going through. Because I saw he was in Exorcism. What's that, Fred?
So, are we talking about the guy who was in Exorcist, or...
Exorcism from Germany. This, the Volcanic Avenger.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Daniel
about, sorry, I thought you were talking about Nightmare Theater.
No, Exorcism. This is the guy that was in Front Beast.
Oh, yeah, looking at, the, listing for Exorcism, I know the bands that there's on splits with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know Crucified Immortals, I know Morbid Execution, so I know of Exorcism, but I haven't listened to them.
This guy's other guy who's in Exorcism, the Goat Commander. If you're looking at the lineup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you see who that is?
Oh, wow.
It's him.
Really?
It's Bill Skinner.
Vidar was in that? That's wild.
Isn't that kind of weird? And Exorcism is kind of like a death metal thing.
Huh. You know, I've looked up Vidar's projects a million times, so I must have on some level known this at some point, but...
Right? Have you ever heard his project Wolves? I've been slightly interested in that lately.
I have. I think I've heard the EP. I think it's just called Wolves. I know it's pretty cool. I wouldn't put it up there with Bill Skinner, obviously. Few things are. But it's cool.
I don't know what to compare it to.
His other project, though, Odelegger, is really cool. It's basically Iljarn worship.
Right. Well, if you look at that band picture, one of the guys is wearing a Unholy Archangel T-shirt, which is a plus for me.
For Wolves?
For Wolves, yeah. The guy on the right. Oh, that same T-shirt.
Oh yeah. What's the one on the left wearing?
Let's see. That looks like some death metal band. Don't know what that is.
I can't quite make it out.
Yeah, that was of interest. I sent you guys some old black thrash band from Germany. I actually didn't even get a chance to listen to it. It just seemed like it was something cool. Acrid. I don't know if you guys saw that. Or
I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
Yeah, neither did I. Not yet. It's still there. It's still on the list.
This kind of reminds me of, I'm not listening to it, but Antichrist from Germany, but like the older one. So, one that really slaughtered hell.
Oh, is that the one that's like kind of ahead of its time ish? Is that that band?
Yeah, that's probably the Slaughter in Hell demo. That's
it's from like '83, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that one's weird. That one's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Paul, did you see I sent you something in the other group chat? That band Burgle Torcane.
Yeah, I feel like I've came across that before, but I didn't remember what it sounded like.
It sounds like Absu but cooler.
Not hard to do. No, just kidding.
Yeah, are we the only people who like aren't Absu fucking stands? Everyone seems to be up their butts, but like, didn't somebody say they left the show?
I like me some Absu, but they're not to the level that everyone else seems to.
Oh, your brother said he left the show, right? You're like, all these songs sound the same, and he just left.
Yeah, because they're just playing an album and, not like a mix set or anything, so.
I thought the first album, Barathrone, was really cool. Like, it's...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he wanted to hear, because he was more interested in, like, that sound, but it was more of, like, their, like, weird kind of black thrashy sound that they're doing.
I like Sun, I like Storm, I like Tara. They're all fine, but, like... For me, Barathrone, that's where it's at. From the albums.
Yeah, that and the demo, too.
The demos and Temples of Awful. Awesome.
Yeah, Temples of Awful is probably my favorite release from them that I've of that era.
Tara is a really impressive album. Like, there's no two ways about it. Proscriptor's drumming is just fucking crazy, but it's not something I go back to terribly often. I really like the Celtic theme on it, though. But that's what Cruachan's for.
Yeah, but
Hurricane, dude. That fucking Dungeon Serpent kid posted that on Facebook. I was like, this looks interesting.
Which one?
And it is. I like it. It's called Borgul. Let's see, Burgul. You look that up on Metal Archives, you'll find it. The Adventures of Borgul Torcane.
What the fuck is this?
It's an interesting album cover.
What the fuck is this?
It's cool. I like
Progressive death
their
metal.
band photo. It says "Stay metal, stay fun."
Okay. I'm not opposed to listening to this.
Check it out. It's good. It's pretty cool. I feel like there
But-
might be something here in this the record label that released them in France, Thundering Records. So I'm not recognizing any of these bands here, and so there might be some gems in here. They have a website. Oh,
But
no.
can we agree that Cruachan's first album is fucking amazing?
Chan?
Huh?
Which one's Crew Chan?
The Irish band that released Tuatha Nagael.
What? Paul, do you know what he's talking about?
no.
Oh lord. Oh.
The
Oh
name,
no.
the name sounds familiar. Cruachan. Why does that name sound familiar? How do you spell it?
Cruachan.
Uachan?
Uh-huh.
Do I know this? Why does the name sound familiar? Cruachan. The first album. Nah, that's the one with the swans on it, right?
Yes.
No, I don't think I know what this is.
Really?
I don't
Holy
think
hell.
so.
This is such a cool album.
Folk metal?
Later
Celtic
on, they
folk
went
metal?
really hard folk metal. This first album is straight up black metal, but with flutes.
Their second album with the big birds on it.
I think we got a new honey bun, Audrey.
I know, I see her. Fuck it.
Yeah, come on, Tuatha Nagael. That album is fucking amazing.
Yeah, Audrey's not on it.
Maybe that's why it's good.
Oh no, we got Colette.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Colette?
She was even on the demos. Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
There's no pictures of her.
There's no pictures of her, then how do you...
It's a good name.
Well-
She's no fucking Emily from Folk Earth, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, M.
No, well, I mean, first of all, it's on Nazgul Zaire Productions, so you know I'm going to be a
Right.
huge fan of it.
Right.
Second, like, it's just awesome. I don't know if you guys will like it or not because it is still pretty folky, but it's fucking great.
Fred, we like folk.
Yeah.
That's our like fifth favorite.
Fred, I think I'm not going to listen to this until you pick it, so choose wisely.
All right, well,
Choose wisely.
forget tonight's albums. We're just gonna flip over to that.
Right.
We're gonna take a quick break and listen to Invoke the Horned God, and we'll be right back.
Fred, why did you seem so surprised that we didn't know what this is? Do people know what this is?
Yeah, this band like got pretty popular.
People know what this is, really?
Yeah, they got pretty popular.
The name does sound familiar.
There's no way you have never heard of them.
Let me see if I recognize. Oh, Pagan looks familiar. The Pagan album looks kind of familiar. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Pagan
do you
was
know
on
this
Pagan was on Carmageddon and Candlelight, so like they made it pretty I think Folklore was pretty popular too. Yeah, I was on Hammerheart and Candlelight as well.
I saw a bunch of people posting recently that one folk metal band that I've been thinking about too, like not recently, but I was thinking about taking them onto the show at some point. Let me see if I can find what the name of that band was.
Do you remember Waylander?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I like Waylander.
Okay, so think of Waylander, but a bit more black metal. That's the first Cruachan album.
Okay. What did you like from Waylander? Because I've heard the demo
Not a
and the
lot.
first album and the one from 2008. The one from 2008 was like the first one that I heard.
I've heard. Hang on, which one was it? I think it was the first album.
Folk metal block win.
Soon.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
The folk. I think the blocks help with like help us get things out of the way, or just like not get things out of the way, but like kind of progress things. It's like okay, we get to pick more stuff and just like we don't have to spend as much time.
It also gets you out of your comfort zone a bit too, right? Because then you have to think about what bands you listen to, and like me picking brutal death metal bands. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I mean,
good
once we
prompts.
listen to them, we'll find out if I missed the missed the assignment or not. But
I did last week. I picked the dumb brutal death metal bands, which I still like. Paul did not mold my mind one way or the other.
I thought they were pretty cool. I liked all 6 of your picks.
I can't find the first Waylander album. Oh wait, Reawakening of Celtic Pride. Oh, there it is. It's been a little while. I think I'm gonna put this back in the list. Oh yeah, that other folk metal band I was thinking of. I remember trying to find this for you guys. It was Menhir, Menhir, and I think that was there was a side project that those guys did that I liked a long time ago. It was called like Odorir or something. I don't know. If
I just checked out Menhir this week actually.
People have been posting about it recently.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good album. At some point, I was thinking about bringing that on because I remember I heard it during the time, maybe in 2021, when we were doing the Warriors Chalice stuff. I was checking this out. I'm not sure when I was checking this out, but it was within the past like 5 years. Let's see. Yeah, the German Menhir, and you guys see on the members list Odorir. I believe is it just the drummer? I guess it is just the drummer. I remember liking that pretty good. Especially that Göttre Lieder album, the one from 2005, the one where the mountains got like an old man's face. I remember that's pretty epic.
Looks it.
Yeah, it is. I gotta put that. Oh man, that does look super cool. That makes me want to be there. I want to be on a jet ski in that like lake.
I'm like jonesing for like Celtic black metal now.
Me too. Oh yeah.
Fucking
Next block.
You guys ever heard Geimer? Geimra? I don't know how to pronounce it. Geimhre.
Gamer. White nationalism, anti-Semitism. Oh, Freddy, what have you done here?
Yeah, they were sketchy, but they were very, very
Sketchy.
Celtic influenced.
Oh,
I
I'm not,
think it came.
I'm not listening to this. They supported Grand Bilal's Key in Toronto. Yeah, no thanks.
I think the
I don't like these guys' album art.
what? What's wrong with
I
you?
don't like their album art. What do you recommend from them?
The 2 albums. With the second album, I prefer.
Ah, okay. I'm looking at
And
the
I
demo.
found-
I found an album art that I like. It's the
I found
Blood
the,
of Hinterland.
Celticness came out more in the riffs rather than the actual, like, they don't have folk instruments, not a ton anyways. But it just came out pretty cool. Like they have keyboards and flutes and shit, so and there's some of that, but it's not like overwhelming. But
Let's
for
album
my
from
money,
2008.
the best Celtic shit is still Mayhemic Truth and Morrigan. Those will never be topped.
It was a great one. That guitar tone was intense. I want to find out how to
Yeah.
do that.
But you know, the people don't really talk about it much, but when they came back from the dead and dropped that album in 2022, that is one of the best things they've ever done. Anwin is incredible. Like, Plague, Waste, and Death was an absolute ripper, and that's same sort of thing as, like, it's obviously an homage to Blood, Fire, Death, and it sounds like Bathory as well, but it came through as being very Celtic, but not with Celtic instruments and things like that. When they flipped to Celts, that felt a bit more in your face about being Celtic. I mean, obviously with a name like that, but still cool. I liked it a lot. And then they kind of got into like a groove where it wasn't particularly original anymore. The Damned and Diane Whisper were kind of there, not bad, but definitely not great. But then Anwin is just fucking awesome. On par with Plague, Waste, and Death and Enter the Sea of Flames, or maybe a little notch below, but not much. It's fantastic.
Paul, did you check out that death metal band Unhallowed that I sent you? That was one with the police officers in the car. They're like shot.
Yeah.
That was cool. That sounds like, I don't even know what that sounds like. It sounds like Rotting. It reminds me of Rotting.
Yeah, that's cool. I just been listening to the new Mephitic Corpse and the new Sulfuric Cautery just over and over again. Those
The
are really
Mephitic
good.
Corpse is pretty good.
Yeah, it gives the same vibe as the Sulfuric Cautery. It's like the gym playlist right now.
Sulfuric
Legit.
Cautery. Oh, apparently I've seen some of their live clips before without realizing it.
Huh?
With the one where they're like in a bar with the dartboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys are like younger band. What is it, just two members?
Yeah, apparently I picked up something from the guitarist. Oh no, I picked up like a vocal mic or something.
You guys on the like mince core part of like fucking gore grind? Is that what their thing is?
Nah, it's not mincy at all.
Well,
Just-
I'm looking at the guys. They look like crust punks or something.
Nah, their music doesn't reflect that. It's like gore grind.
Yeah, well, it sounds like Last Days of Humanity.
Yeah, it's insane. Drum performance and good variety of vocals and just keeps it really within their own sound. It sounds cool.
I am interested in music at times. Found that other old, that cool death metal band. I couldn't find their main band. Remember, Paul? I was like, this is the coolest looking logo and the coolest band photo ever. The band was called Circaria, but I can't find any of their shit. But one of their other projects, it was like pre-Circaria. It was called Forgotten Shadows, I believe. That was really good. It's like 93, just really intense death metal. It's like bordering on brutal death, but it's super atmospheric shit. Was it Forgotten Shadows? Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Forgotten Souls? What the fuck is the name of that band here? It is Forgotten Souls is what it is. Forgotten Souls.
Oh yeah, that band pick.
Yeah. Is it the same one? Oh no, this one's got some black guy in it. Yeah, Forgotten Souls, Offals of Creation. That was really good. There's something I was just looking at here. Their members, the drummer was in Lethal Prayer, and if you look at Lethal
cool.
Prayer, that one guy that we met, Paul, do you recognize the guy in Lethal Prayer?
The guy. I can't. I don't really know. Let's see.
Beard.
Where do we meet him?
Is that not who I think it is?
I don't
No,
think-
it's him. That's the guy from Paths of Possession. We met him in Tampa.
Oh
all
yeah,
drunk
yeah,
talking to us.
yeah. Okay, it looks different right there though.
Yeah, that's him. He's in Lethal Prayer, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Well, you guys want to go on break?
Well, I got a couple things.
Oh, what you got, man?
Saw the new Naked Gun. That shit was great.
I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah,
Still haven't seen the original.
I'm
What?
just so glad it wasn't
I've
like.
never seen it.
Oh,
Yeah, watch all
I've only
three.
seen Airplane, Fred.
Yeah, watch all three, and then
Oh my
watch.
god, I have to watch all three?
Yeah, if you want your funny bone tickled,
I'll watch the first one, see how I feel.
and then the second, and then.
If I like it.
That's great. If you liked Airplane, this is better.
Okay. Oh, cool, there's a new Terminus, too.
Yeah,
Alright, cool. It's a good day. It's a good day to have a head injury.
yeah. I was listening to that.
great day for concussion.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I like that it was a continuation. Like it was just basically the son, going on with his own story, and it wasn't like it was the same type of humor, and more of like the situation at hand was more modern, but everything else about it just had the same old soul as the original, so it was good.
I've seen
And-
Dracula Dead and Loving It. That has that, I forget what his name is. Leslie, what's his name? Leslie Nielsen, is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's kind of retarded. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
Dracula
That-
Dead and Loving It?
That's kind of his shtick.
Retarded movies?
Like, retarded, but like on purpose. Like they know what they're doing, and it's funny as hell because of it.
Yeah, first time I seen him was in, I think, Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, he was the president. He's like, what, did I forget to put my pants on again?
And this last week, Josh and I went golfing, and it was like after work, so we were just like rushing over to go play somewhere. And then we're playing. He's getting drunk. He has like, I think 10 beers. And then
10 beer is pretty good.
it was like we were on the 12th hole. We're like just done. Josh is like losing balls left and right, driving the cart, and we're going uphill. And then two big boys here, and our cart starts dying. And then he's like, fuck, I'm not gonna walk. And then we just start driving all the way back. We make it to like the middle of the 18th hole, and then we just like leave the cart there because it died. And yeah, I just thought that was funny. It's the first time that happened to me.
The cart died.
Yeah. Using too much energy, I guess. And Fred, I have a joke for you this week instead of Dan's. So what do you call a rich Chinese person?
I do not know.
Cha-ching?
Cha-ching.
You know, that crossed my mind. That crossed my mind. I should have just spat it out.
Yeah, I just heard that on the latest Kill Tony, and I just had to share it. It was so funny.
It's not bad.
Cha-ching?
Yeah, it ain't bad.
Do I have anything? Oh, collection update. Just one CD. Sermon
Yeah,
of Mockery.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one at least. Not the original, sadly. It's the reissue on Pathos with demo as bonus tracks.
Reissue?
I'll take it.
Why even mention it? No, just kidding.
Why even reissue? Why live?
That
What a
should be on
poser.
the reissue shelf in the back of the closet.
Hidden away from the world.
Yeah, I just collect originals. Don't go in that closet.
Don't go in that closet. It's 3 issues.
No, don't touch it.
Oh, did you guys see my tard meal last week? It was pretty awesome. It was like 2 pieces of fucking bologna and like a can of fish.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
that was pretty stupid.
Yeah. What I had. Wasn't bad either. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I have some real dinner. I have some pizza inside.
Yummy.
Pizza.
Pizza break?
Yep.
Sure.
Why doesn't anyone ever want to have any sex with me?
Well, look on the bright side, Richie. At least you're not going to get any sexually transmitted diseases.
You're right there. I'll be lucky to catch flu off a girl. In fact, that was the nearest I ever got to sex was when that bus conductor sneezed all over my head this morning. Oh, I'll talk about the green line. Oh, Eddie. I'm just so depressed.
Oh, cheer up, Richie. There's loads and loads of ugly birds in the world. One of them's bound to do it with you sooner or later.
But there must be some way I can get a woman to sleep with me. I mean, she doesn't even have to sleep with me. It's the staying awake bit I'm interested in.
Hey, I've just had a fantastic idea.
Oh, great! Well,
What?
what was the fantastic idea?
To drink that? Only joking. Why not put an ad in a Lonely Hearts column?
Yeah!
Yeah. Ugly virgin. Desperately seeks sex of any description.
That is absolutely brilliant. Suave, sophisticated, witty. Let's just be economical with the truth. Something buck. Yeah, hot young buck.
What about badger?
No, I'm more a sort of...
Hedgehog?
No, fox. That's good. No, that's good. No, that is good.
Stoat?
Foxy Stoat? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a ring to it. Foxy Stoat seeks pig. Foxy Stoat seeks pig. Shut up, Eddie. This is very important. Let's see now. Foxy Stoat. On the prowl. I like that. Musky fox. Musky, sly old foxy stoat. Minky, musky, sly old stoaty stoat. Oh, this is ridiculous.
We're back.
We are back. It feels good to be back.
Feels like we never left.
Back white we never wept.
Now it's
Got some
Freddy's
coffee.
turn.
Yeah, got some coffee, got some raisin bread, cinnamon bread. Good to go.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I had some potato chips upstairs. That's about it.
If I have to poop in the middle of this, just excuse me.
You're
Because I
gonna.
am drinking coffee. That was too much information, but I haven't gone today.
That'll help.
Yeah, I hope so. All right. Let's get started, shall we?
Yeah. Well,
What are
for
we doing, Fredward?
my picks in the brutal death metal block,
Yeah.
I got 3. They're all American.
You got Jiggy Will.
Yeah. First one is we're gonna deal with these in chronological order. First one is a demo by a band called Excoriate, Dead Molestation. Second one will be an EP by a band called Dethroned, called I Shall Remain Unforgiven. And finally, an album by Euphoric Defilement called Ascending to the Worms. And I I was talking to Paul earlier. I think these will be the most
Fred fucked up. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I did not fuck up. I did not fuck up.
Your nickname
But
fuck
I
up,
think
Fred?
I think these will be the least divisive albums of the ones we've listened to, because
What do you mean?
we all know I don't go into brutal death metal very much.
Okay.
Now more than before, granted.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So my picks are closer to regular death metal than most of the brutal death we've listened to so far.
Is that what you told Paul?
So-
You said this is an actual brutal death metal. This is just death metal.
It's poser death metal.
Is that what you said?
No. No, I just think like these are probably closer. Well, maybe. I don't know. Excoriate definitely is. It's from 92, right? So it's
Right.
a demo that has a lot of, say, suffocation in there, things like that. And it's brutal death metal from 92. Like it doesn't have the slams, doesn't have the low guttural, the usual. So it's
like
it's
Forgotten
what brutal
Souls,
death
it
metal.
is- Yeah, I got you.
It's
brutal death metal of the era.
Exactly, which was basically just death metal, anyways, right?
Right.
But,
Maybe it's super death metal. It's like getting pretty extreme for 92.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll deal with the other two as we get to them. But I don't know a lot about Excoriate. They
Neither do I.
didn't
You
didn't
showed me,
exist.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, they didn't exist very long. Of the 5 members on this demo, 3 of them passed away within 3 years of each other, which is rough.
You know what, Fred? I think you didn't fuck up because I'm looking at the genre. It says brutal death metal. I mean, what else do you want?
It does say brutal death metal, but I mean, if the idea was to get the more modern slamming style, then I
No, the
miserably
idea
failed.
was brutal block, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
far
alright.
you've done your job.
All right. Well, I mean, these all get classified as brutal death metal on
Yeah,
Metal Archives, but all 3 of them
Right.
sound very different, and I'm
good.
not so sure about Dethroned, but we'll get to that. Excoriate was kind of a blind pickup for me because one of the distros I check stocked a bunch of stuff from Doom to Obscurity Records, and this one said a 1992 death metal demo from the US. So I'm like, shit, yeah, sign me up. So I ordered it, and I thought it was fucking fantastic. It was so good. It's, well, like you said, brutal death metal of the time. It's like wildly extreme for 1992. Very, very chaotic. Very deep, I guess. Like you're gonna hear suffocation and fester, that sort of vibe in here. Production is not the best. That's fine. Although I will say, if we listen to this on YouTube, the ones I've heard on YouTube don't sound super, but maybe some of the CD rips are on there now. But yeah, that's how I came across Dead Molestation from Excoriate, and I think it's fucking great. What do you guys what did you guys think of this one?
Paul, why don't you go first?
Sure. So yeah, when I initially listened to this, I was like, it's not really brutal death metal. But then I gave it, a couple more listens, and yeah, for sure is, or at least like very much a precursor to what's to come. Because I was hearing like during the mid-pace parts, like a lot of Devourment in there, and I just thought that this whole, bite size, it's like a demo, right, or EP?
Yeah, it's a demo.
Yeah, it's just great all the way through. It's like so not what you'd expect coming from brutal death metal, because it's either one extreme of very slow slams or very fast blasts and stuff, but this kind of keeps it right there in the middle of like mid-tempo, drumming and riffing, but it is like brutal all the way from the production, the vocals, the tone, like everything here is checking all the boxes for me. Especially if you said 92, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's what really like caught me off guard when I heard it. Like, it's nothing I hadn't heard before, but that this came out in 92 kind of surprised me. Like, it's pretty wild for 92.
Yeah, because I know Devourment, they're like influenced by like Magus from Texas, which is more on like the Death Doomier side. I think it's Proscriptor Project, but with this, I'd be surprised if they at least didn't hear this, because there was almost some parts that were like you can hear on their first album. So I was like, it like that kind of really jumped out at me, and with the names, Corpse Molestation and then Molesting the Decapitated. Might be a little nod or something, but could be reaching. But that's what I heard when I was listening to that. I don't know if you guys picked that up.
I don't know Devourment well enough to have been able to pick up on that, but that's kind of a cool tidbit.
Yeah. So yeah, great pick, great find. Just really good. Even alongside bands that were doing a lot of like precursing to brutal death metal, like this one sort of stands out for me, because like sure there's ones that do like chugs and stuff really early on, or even have like Afterbirth vocals. I think that comes out a year later than this, but just from the whole package here, it's like this is definitely something that brutal death metal fans should take note of. But not my favorite release of the three, but I mean, that's for me speaking so highly. I think you got some good choices in here.
Would this one rank second or third?
Second.
All right.
Probably me too. Probably.
What do you think of it, Dan?
I actually haven't listened to this since Friday. So as far as I can remember, it just seemed like super extreme death metal that is impressive for 1992. I feel like any bands that you can describe like that are usually going to be pretty great. You go, this came out in 92. Rah, rah. Like those bands are usually impressive for a reason, I think. I think initially when Fred mentioned the name Excoriate, I was thinking of a different band, the one from Germany. I don't know if you know that one, Fred. The one with the fucking Reaper on it. Anonymous Reaper on it.
I thought that was the same thing too, but
that's a great band. Whole different sound, but they're fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they did an EP. It's a live one. Okay.
I think they were dead and gone for a while. Didn't they move on to Venom? Venom, something. Yeah. I think the members. Am I thinking of a different? No, it's the one. One of the guys from Excoriate went on to Venom.
I've seen that album cover before. I don't remember if I've ever heard it or not.
Trance of Death.
I do remember.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do remember listening to this on Pestilent Winds album, and Black Josh is like, they cover Mayhem from Sepultura. It's like the most random song. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. No, they're pretty solid. Like, I really like that one. It's not quite up there with Beyond, but it was a really good 2000s DM album.
Yeah, they didn't do their homework on Dead Molestation.
And to speak a little bit more on this, just from like song title, like themes, as well as like their lyrics themselves, it's very
Devourment.
Brutal death metal too. I think Cannibal Corpse was of course doing their thing a year earlier in the same year, but these seem to have like a little bit more like grit to them, where I don't know, it feels very I want to say when I was listening to it, I felt very like slimy, like the corpse is still, you know, like rotting versus you know, something that's you know, already, you know, bones or something, you know.
There is something about the artwork of the demo tape. It looks really it straight up looks like something that would be on like a VHS tape of like a bad horror movie. But it's got a certain type of like atmospheric charm to it that I like. I feel like just a drawing like that is very cool. It's like some sort of giant orgy shrine thing.
It kind of makes me think of like Indian mythology with what was it, Shiva riding a dead body or whatever. Mm-hmm. This guy seems like he's floating on some
Mass.
dead body. Yeah, it's weird. Cool though.
Yeah, great name. It's I feel like it's one of those names just like it's got a classic type of title, Dead Molestation. Molesting the decapitated. I get you, Paul. It's got something where it's like, okay, yeah, this is gross and evil and like just kind of alien weird gore stuff, but it's like, I don't know, there is something about it where that is sort of atmospherically pleasing. I would have to listen to a track to get some more insight on this, but yeah, as far as I know, this seems like something that you can come back to a bunch of times. It's pretty cool.
Well, why don't we do just that and listen to one of those tracks?
All right.
My pick for the first one is the second track, Sadistic Eroticism.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. we're back.
True.
Yeah.
Another Bun Bun first. We listened separately there.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom and listen. I brought the speaker in there.
See what we do for you guys?
It never stops. It never stops. The entertainment never stops for you people.
The things we do.
We're so, what's it called? Efficient.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that track?
Such an awesome track. I love all the
There were
mid-pace
slams.
stuffs. Yeah, right at the beginning, like those chords. But the mid-pace stuff just really speaks to me, like just Devourment shit. And I like all the, like there were some interstitial parts that were very death metal, and then we, noticed the, little thrash riffing in there. And, they're doing a well-balanced, take on death metal at the time. It's just a great track.
I love that they
part
do.
where, like,
Sorry, go on.
go ahead, Fred. Oh, I'll go for it.
Go Poopy.
I like that part where, like, I'll go pooping. Yeah, where there's like it's like a two-part riff. It's like a slow
Yeah, and then the blast,
like,
right?
The final one, da 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 da. Yeah, it just holds on the one.
Yeah, that was sick.
I was gonna say is the what I like a lot about this is there's definitely some brutal death metal parts on this, but it's clearly not fully set in that genre yet. But when they manage to flip from more old school influence things back to that brutal death sound, it makes it just so much harder when it hits. Like it's violent. And I love that. Like you're getting these brutal death metal parts coming in after like a thrashy riff or a more old school death metal riff, and it hits like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, they'll go from like these death metal like single note riffs into just like the chuggy brutal death metal riffs, and they'll go just like these high up on the neck ones where you can actually hear the notes up into these back to that like trudgingly slow parts or mid-pace parts, and it's just like a great balance.
Yeah, no, it's fucking wild song.
Yeah, fuck the genre. It's like that. This is brutal death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing here that says no. I think this is if we're talking like technicality and stuff, it's only slightly less technical than like proper brutal death metal would be. It's not it's not much more simple. So it still is simple. It's 92. It's like death metal in general is still being fledged out in some ways.
Yeah,
But it's already it's at this point there are already sort of branch outs with like death and roll and melodic death and black death and this is just another one of those things that has to start somewhere, and it really doesn't even seem like it is a precursor, but in certain ways it's like it sort of doesn't matter. If a band played this now, it'd be like, oh, you're an old school brutal death metal band playing in that vein. You're Euphoric Corpse. I don't know, whatever band. It's using that as example.
And what you were saying about this being, a little less technical than, the standards for today, it's also more technical than like some slam going on too.
Yeah, I mean, slam can be cool, but I feel like you should know what's going on. Like you should be an actual metal person if you're gonna make slam. I feel like the stuff that is just made by kind of dummies is just that dumb, and it's really not something that I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
This me personally. But yeah, this is awesome. This is truly cool in many ways.
Well, let's go to the second track.
Another.
Yeah, I'm going with second last track 4, External Paraphilia Embryotomy.
If that ain't a brutal death metal title, I don't know what is.
It feels kind of gore grind. Is it? Is that? It is the fourth track. Yeah. It feels kind of gore grind, but
Is
I mean,
J
the title-
Dog right? Is gore grind just a subgenre of death metal?
And
Or
we'll
does
throw
it
the
kinda branch off.
we'll throw the dog a bone.
Yeah, I mean maybe. I mean, like what the fuck was Carcass listening to in 1987 to like put out what they put out with that? What is it? Flesh ripping Sonic Torment or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like what the hell were they listening to that early that made them sound There's some weird stuff on that first album. Like, there's some Napalm Death sounding stuff, but there's also, like, some actual death metal shit in there. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, let's listen to this fourth track,
Ah, shit.
and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back from the fourth track.
Yeah.
That one, I can totally hear an extension of Cannibal Corpse there.
Yeah. It
Like-
is very corpsey, isn't it?
Yeah, because I was reading along to the lyrics, and it just seemed like shit that, like Chris Barnes would be writing about, and some of the cadences and, like, flow of the lyrics were very Barnesy too. Vagina ripping open, oozes the open vagina ripping open, child oozes out. And what else was there? There's another good lyric. Fondle with its intestines, rub the bloody carcass upon my stiffened cock, and masturbate upon the mother's stomach. Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah, he just took the baby out and then put it back in, basically. That's what the song was about.
Oh, that's nasty.
But yeah, I was hearing more like a basically like a parallel timeline of like Cannibal Corpse in here versus I guess like digging a grave deeper into brutal death metal from within. But what do you guys think of that track?
It's my new favorite song.
Right up to
It
the
is. It
top.
was really good.
I love that it sounds like they're almost punching above their weight and like it's about to fly apart at the seams. I think it's the vocals that do that. It feels like he's frantically trying to keep up with the music, and he does, but just barely. And I love the way that makes it sound so rushed.
Yeah, and they're blasting faster than Paul Mazurkiewicz, so there's that for them too.
Yeah, I like their riff again where they do the double thing, and it's like a held chord kind of simple groove into like super fast blast beat. That stuff is cool.
Yeah, I like
There's
those.
a lot of groovy stuff in this, but it didn't sound thrashy. It sounded more just like, I don't know, circular.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of getting like the Cannibal Corpse-isms from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great song nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, if we're comparing it to Cannibal Corpse, I mean, what is Tomb of the Mutilated come out in '93? It's not as I feel like it's not as catchy as something like that, but it's definitely got its own unique flavor to it. Because for instance, Suffocation, I honestly don't hear much Suffocation in this.
No, not this pick.
No.
But Butchered was a year before this, and that was like basically a brutal death metal record.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, maybe people wouldn't consider Cannibal Corpse a brutal death metal band. They're like, what, the most normal death metal band that there is?
No, they're
possibly.
dumb.
But they're what?
So they're dumb.
They're dumb. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would consider Cannibal Corpse a brutal death metal band, but Cannibal Corpse definitely is weird. I feel like people kind of underestimate how weird they actually are.
I think Butchered and Tomb are brutal death metal records for sure.
Yeah, well, you know what do you see what I mean by like they're just a weird band. The stuff they do is totally abnormal.
Yeah, they have such a unique riffing style, especially like all the really like tech parts, even for those early albums.
They do a lot of the stuff we always talk about, like nonsense riffs.
Yeah,
like those are the most creative to me.
Yeah, those are like someone insane like wrote the notes for those.
Yeah. This one kind of doesn't have that feel to it. This one just has like intent to be as brutal as you can at the time.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Like with
this one's a little bit more normal.
Yeah, exactly. Like what was going on during the time. That's why I mentioned like they're just kind of like digging deeper into that that style versus like branching out into something. I guess more experimental, like what they're doing with the second track. That was more immediately jumping out as brutal death metal.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's got the Cannibal Corpse thing going on a little bit. It's got we can say the Devourment thing, even though that's like not a thing yet. It's it's interesting. It's like the most it's an atmosphere of like fucking like crazy murder rather than like atmosphere of mystery, which a lot of death metal bands were doing at the time, which is very cool.
Yeah, instead of dusting cobwebs from like a cavern, you're like you're just like leaving the guts and gore everywhere.
Yeah, and you have a boner.
Yeah, you're like leaving a mess.
Yeah, and you have a boner. Yeah. Well, hey man, dead molestation. I mean, that's the vibe they're creating here. It really is. You have a boner, and there's gore, and also sick death metal, dude.
It's definitely like a sexual violence sort of approach that they're taking with this.
Well, like sadistic eroticism. That was the second track. Like.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of something. Did you guys ever see, I forget the name of the woman, but it was a woman who, like, apparently got molested by Donald Trump or something, and she was doing an interview with that guy with the white hair. What the hell is his name?
Anderson Cooper?
Anderson Cooper. She's doing an interview with Anderson Cooper, and she goes, she says something like, you know what women think of when they hear the word rape? She goes, sexy. And he just, like, stops and looks at her, and he, like, looks at the camera. That's what this kind of reminded me of.
Like did
most women think rape is sexy.
Did like a Steve Harvey.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty fucking funny.
Well, at least she wasn't dead while he did that, I guess.
Yeah. I keep seeing all I keep seeing all these videos.
That escalated quickly in one sentence.
How does it? How does it feel to have voted for a rapist?
Well, at least it wasn't a necrophile. No. Yeah, great.
What's next?
Great release.
It is a good release.
Oh.
Seems like a lost classic, to be honest.
When I was listening to this during the week, oh no, I was just listening to, or I went on a YouTube video, the first one, Old School Brutal Death Metal, and then I saw Shannon in the comments in the wild, so there you go, listeners, it's good. It has the Shannon stamp of approval.
Yeah, I should start taking screenshots of all those. I used to do it, but I need an actual collection.
Yeah, we can put that up with the Tard Mills.
Yeah.
It's Shannon in the wild.
Shannon comment. Yeah.
He said this one was ripping. True.
Ah, good. True. Very true. It's good to have our constituents' opinion too.
All right.
Well.
What's next?
What's next, bub?
Oh, next, my friends, we have an EP from a band called Dethroned. I Shall Remain Unforgiven. This, I found this when it was issued on a split with Excommunion. Excommunion probably being the better known band of the two.
Yep.
Kyle / Nas Alchemeth of Nightbringer, etc. is, or was, I think they broke up, in Excommunion, and he does play on this split. And they're more of a brutal death, black metal sort of thing. And this one is a bit of a weird one because, so the EP was released independently, 2005, I think, and then reissued as part of the split. And I've always seen this labeled as brutal death metal. And the more I listened to it, preparing for today, the less and less brutal death metal I heard, so much as kind of a black death metal thing. So this is going to be a bit of a conflicting one, I think. But there's still obviously elements of brutal death in here. But
yeah.
This is the one that made me think as I was listening to it. I don't think I read the assignment right.
Well, genre, it says brutal death metal now, doesn't it?
It does, but then my ears were telling me differently.
It's lacking some stuff that what people expect from brutal death metal, but I would count it just because I feel like it's extreme enough, and I feel like the snare tone does something, and these riffs are pretty out there.
You know what's funny too? It's like
what's that?
This guy, the main guy from Excommunion, is also in Dethroned.
Oh, he is?
Christ Butcher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is he
I realized
in Dethroned?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Maveth too? That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, we've talked about this guy before. I remember mentioning Maveth and Nightbringer.
Oh, and he was in Lantern?
And Lantern.
Weird.
Yeah, he's in all the kind of blackish death metal bands.
Wait, he's in Nicaraguan
generation.
Death Squad. No, I'm just kidding.
In what?
I don't know.
Oh, and Proscription is his current band. Okay, I guess he moved to Finland.
Look at this cover of Nicaraguan Death Squad. Of
Where is
the
Nicaraguan Death Squad?
It's on his, past bands.
The first album?
Yeah.
Christ Butcher?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Look at that
I don't
cover.
see it.
It's all the way at the end, and he was just a live musician.
Oh,
I love
and the
it.
live musician.
I love the palm trees. That's what makes it.
Which one? The full length 2006?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? It kind of looks like a big dog T-shirt, kind of.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Capricornus Alone Against All.
The dog has a boner.
Now that reminds me of Holocausto.
And the dog doesn't have a snout, really. Looks like one of those like robot dogs.
Robo dog.
There's a song on here called Moon Pig.
This
Some of
seems
these
like it's
song
worth
titles,
listening to.
some of these song titles next to each other are funny. Moon Pig, Battalion 316, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, Praise the Goat. What is this? Brutal Death Grindcore. It's a fat guy in a camo shorts, another guy in camo shorts. This is a weird band.
The electronic drum set.
What the fuck is this? Nicaraguan Death Squad. What? This is very strange. Has anybody ever heard this?
Nope. Safely say that I have not.
And then the next
Split
album,
2005, that like they took the same fucking album art from Purulence or whatever that band's called. That Canadian band, you know, the one that did a split with
Amemon?
It was split with Gorguts.
No,
Yeah.
Amemon.
Yeah, isn't that the same cover?
I don't know, but the funny thing is, I posted that split this morning.
Yeah. I saw that.
yeah,
it the
Purulence uses that that artwork, but not for that split. I don't think.
No, it's on Inverted Decay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And,
Anyways, Paul, you liked Excommunication, right?
Yeah.
That to me that sounded like
Or Excommunion.
Excommunion, sorry. Yeah, that one sounded to me like straight up a continuation of like Morbid Angel, just getting
Yeah,
a little bit
exactly.
more extreme. And what did you said about Dethroned? It's more like Disso Black or something, right? Or not Disso Black, Disso Death. Like, who would you even? I
Like
guess
we said, like Behemoth, and I was thinking
Yeah, we
Morbid
did say,
Angel
like,
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Incantation, Immolation, Morbid Angel. All these make sense.
Like I think like this sort of like this definitely is a style of brutal death metal, but I'm just not very familiar with any of the bands. Like I've heard stuff like this that is considered brutal death metal, but I don't know if it's something, like I was telling Fred before, I don't know if it's something that I just stay away from or I just don't come across much, because I know there's stuff that's like this. Because it is very like technical music and very relentless, but it does have like these really like disso death like chords going on that really makes it I guess stick more to that genre than I would rather call brutal death metal.
Would Dequisitor count as this style?
Not familiar
kinda
enough
see
with them.
I could kind of see that. The
You know what I
Inquisitor
mean,
and
Fred?
this guy's other band, Maveth, as well. That
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Maveth. Yeah. Well, because it's like it's sort of beyond regular death metal. It's like it's not quite black metal, but it's moving in that direction. I think because of the extremity, which is weird.
I think
It's
what
like-
you said about like Immolation's a really good, like it seems like that, but like a more brutal version of Immolation.
I mean, Immolation's pretty fucking brutal. They even like as they go on.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
sort of like in that area, not like put up to like a crazy degree, but like as these bands, but like Nile and like Origin and stuff. It's like that sort of brutal death metal.
Or like later Deeds of Flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like it is still brutal death metal, but it's like it's leaning more towards the technical side. But that doesn't really mean that it's like it's as accessible, because I feel like a lot of technical death metal, or what people perceive as technical death metal, is pretty accessible, like pretty easy for like normies to get into, or beginners or whatever. Where stuff like Dequisitor and like even something like Nile, like let's say the first album from Nile and like the first Origin releases,
Yeah, like
they're
you
a
can
little bit more
like you can for sure just like put that on for a normie and they're like, oh yeah, this is heavy, but like to like really understand that shit, like you have to give it a ton of listens.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with a lot of. I mean, maybe if I really thought about it, I could come up with some more names. But yeah, I think we all understand where we're coming from. It's like it's death metal that's leaning towards black metal, but it's not quite, and it's like brutal, but it's sort of leading into the technical death metal thing, but not quite. So I guess just calling it a brutal death metal band does make sense in a certain aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this one actually might be my favorite. I think I enjoyed this one the most out of the
Really?
Fred picks. I think so, yeah. I really like
see
this
that
one.
one.
It did it for me. This one did it for me. Like, Excoriate is really good, but if there are any limitations for that, it's like if there are limitations for that, it's like I've heard, if you've heard old school death metal, you've heard, most of it, which isn't a total like loss because it is great, but there is just a slight limitation by that. If you guys can relate a little bit. Oh, am I the only one?
No, I get where you're coming from. I think it's the first time on this block, I think, where we each had a different favorite.
Did we each have a different favorite?
My favorite on these three is Excoriate, which is not a huge surprise. I suspect Paul's is the next one.
I'm gonna guess that Paul's favorite was probably Excoriate, but I don't know. I kind of we'll get to the next one when we get to it. But yeah, anything else we want to say about this before we listen to a track?
Do you guys listen to Odious Mortem?
No, there's one Odious Mortem.
That's like another band that
band?
is like tech brutal death that kind of reminds me of this because these guys it seems like with tech bands they have a bit more like dynamic riffing to it where it will go into more like a higher note using maybe black metal chords in their songs. So I think like just adding that like technical tag to these bands is like being able to, I guess, go outside of the genre to things that are already like established, and recontextualizing it in a more, I guess, brutal sense.
Okay. What do you listen to from Odious Mortem?
I listened to the first two.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this album art. I feel like if I saw this, I would never put it on. The second one's kind of cool. The second one's kind of cool. The first one, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I like the
As far as
second
artwork
one
goes.
a bit more.
Yeah, the second one looks promising.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. You guys want to get into it?
I think so.
You're not supposed to say that on the podcast. You're not supposed to say I have nothing else to say.
I've run out of words.
I'll cut it
that
out.
part. Cut that.
That's cut. Consider it cut.
Consider it cut. It's not cut. Like Nick Heshenfirm, we'll cut that out. It's still there.
Yeah, just leave a comment being like it wasn't cut.
Guys.
All right.
Yeah. What's the songs?
We're just
only
gonna go
three.
with the first one.
Yeah, first one was my fave, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least it was really good.
I want the D Mohan.
And these, I guess I can mention a little. I guess I do have a little bit more to say. Compared to Excoriate with aesthetic and like lyrical themes and stuff, like this one it seems far removed from brutal death metal. Like these song titles, I Shall Remain Unforgiven, Spiritual Deformity, Sword of Blasphemy, and their anti-Christianity, that like satanic brutal death metal. That
epic death metal.
Yeah, because that's
Epic
like a
satanic death metal.
like I know like Discord was very influenced by like a lot of the like satanic death metal that was going on at the time, like Deicide, Morbid Angel, Immolation, but they went more towards like Cannibal Corpse and I guess more like gory side of this, where they're kind of sticking to this anti-Christianity, like the more normal death metal bands did during that time, and like the art here seems to be removed from that as well. Like
Or
it's-
the for the split.
yeah, like
The
I don't
split
want.
is interesting. I like that art. It's different.
Yeah, like I don't know what that reminds me of.
The Hall of
It's
the
a-
Mountain King.
Yeah, kind of.
The
It's
dwarven
very,
threshold filled with gold.
The whole thing kind of just strikes me as a very defiant tone.
Yeah, it's F.U. Buster.
Pretty much.
I'm my own god.
Nice.
Oh, the artist did art for Aborted and Abysmal Dawn. He's done a lot of work. Holy shit. This guy's drawn a lot of covers.
Guys, I don't have anything else to say. Let's move on to the track.
is the fat guy in the picture? That's the Christ Butcher, right?
I hope so.
It is.
All
I
right,
like
well,
his look. I feel like he has the perfect look for a band like this.
very Drew core.
You see the third guy with the Possessed t-shirt?
Yeah,
Yep.
He looks like a mix of the Vinlander and Julian Urbina.
yeah, I could see that. The shadows. The guy on the right looks like he's about to shed a tear.
Yeah, he's got like a red eye.
A single tear rolling down his cheek.
Broken hope, dude. Keeping it brutal.
He looks like he could either be really cool or really lame. It's like one of the two. Like as a guy, like if you talk to him, he would either be the coolest dude ever or like the lamest dude ever.
how
Septum
I'm
rings
gonna
are
find out.
deceiving. I don't know what to make of them. Or
Well,
I mean, I personally don't like them, but you know, sometimes you can't judge people.
That's
You
a
can't judge people, okay?
that's a brutal one though. It looks
That's a brutal septum ring.
it looks thicker, and you know it's not like the unfinished loop. You know.
At least he's got like a long, scraggly goatee. That makes him look more brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forearm tats. Yeah.
That says I don't give a fuck. That Head PE song. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. We raise hell, bitch.
All right. Let's get into the
do it.
first song.
All right, let's
Yep.
see what we
This
let's
is
see what we
I
can
Shall Remain
pull from this.
Unforgiven.
We'll be right back. Alright, we're back from,
That motherfucking fade out.
a minute-long fade out.
That yeah, cool track though.
Very click core.
They're playing to
It's-
a click, you could tell.
It's
Very-
very drum forward, yes.
Very, I'm a musician. But yeah, I didn't hear a single brutal death metal type riff in there, but the way that they were structuring and going in between riffs at such a like relentless pace, it makes it brutal.
It got more normal towards the end. The beginning was like it could be classified as brutal death metal, I think.
Yeah, then they had a huge behemoth riff in there.
They had some straight up black metal parts even towards the beginning. I'm like,
Yeah,
black metal
like the
riff
second
smells like
riff,
it's
yeah.
something.
Yeah, and
It's leaning that way.
yeah, Hate Eternal came up in my head. Another
Aeon.
Yeah, Aeon 2. It's just like it's just almost like just a continuation of like this satanic death metal that was going on, but these guys can play. So
Yeah, I feel like it interests me more than a lot of the stuff that I've heard in this vein, because usually this kind of stuff isn't that that doesn't interest me that much, but this one I thought was really good.
yeah, because a lot of those bands are like a big blind spot for me. So it took me a little while to kind of rattle off some names, but once I did, it was like clear to me of why I
Why I oughta.
why I oughta not listen to these sort of bands, like the Hate Eternals and stuff, but maybe get into Origin more. But yeah, like this track, very it was a long one, and they were going into it was just like unraveling more and more into just separate parts.
Yeah, it kind of did. As it went on, it started to separate more.
There wasn't like a lot of like repeating parts, or if there were, they didn't do it like a crazy amount. Like they maybe have brought a riff or two back like once and then moved on to something completely different. But yeah, good track.
This guy was in Desolate Shrine too, the Christ Butcher.
Yeah, I think this track is kind of showing how there's a discrepancy in what people describe as brutal death metal. This is definitely brutal, but not brutal death metal, if that makes
I
sense.
don't think so.
Well, it doesn't.
I think it's
It
a type. I
doesn't-
think there's
it's definitely
there's
a type.
There's different types of brutal death metal.
guess.
This would definitely count as, because it's a little bit too spazzy to be
Like I feel like
to be
this
categorized
this
like a regular
is
death metal
But
band,
it feels
maybe.
so far removed from everything else we've listened to.
this
This feels like black death metal almost.
Yeah, and I think that this falls more in the camp of like heading towards the like peak of a mountain where Defeated Sanity lives. It's kind of like on the way to that I guess trail.
Yeah.
Like, cause that seems to be like the peak of not this style in particular, but just like a very different technical brutal death metal.
Would you
But
say
that-
that Defeated Sanity is like the top of the normal brutal death metal bands, or like categorically wise? Would you put it there?
I don't know. They have some weird slams in there too, and then they're just generally more progressive. And
Yeah, they seem to be in a weird place where like they almost don't fit in like one particular style.
yeah, because there's definitely clone bands of Defeated Sanity, but it just seems like no one's reach up to where they're at.
So they're like, oh, they're jazzy, but they're gory, but they're like kind of spacey.
And crazy
They're, like,
technical.
Real metal, they're like tech metal. It's like, it's hard to tell where. Yeah, it's like hard to tell where they sit.
Yeah. And there's other bands that go a lot further.
Receptacle Gorge, I know them.
They go a lot further and a lot, I guess, in a less like satanic styling of death metal with like psychroptic and stuff. That's like technical brutal death metal, but they're like a little bit more, I don't want, like, for lack of a better word, like wanky with it, where these guys are kind of playing riffs the whole way through.
I kind of wouldn't even call Psychroptic like a death metal band. Or are they? Because their riffs seem like they're not. They're just like a progressive metal band. Their riffs plus their vocals sort of don't say death metal to me. That says something else.
Yeah, it's just really technical death metal, and when you get super technical with something, it kind of removes it from its roots, I think, where these guys are very firmly planted in the very satanic death metal. Yeah.
I dig it. I think as far as the way they pull off what they do, they're probably my favorite of the three tonight. This band.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
They're my like, I don't hate it. It's just something a blind spot of like brutal death metal and death metal in general is like these more polished technical death metal bands. Even though this doesn't come off as like very, very like polished, it does have like a distinct atmosphere to it, where it almost seems like it was something in like released at 2000 rather than I think it's like 05, right? It seems a little ahead of its time there with like keeping that sort of production rather than being very, very polished. It's like old school technical death metal, if that like if old school you consider it 5 years earlier.
Yeah.
Sure. We can consider it old school now, 20 years later.
Yeah.
No,
Check out one more track, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm picking track 3 from the EP/split, Sword of Blasphemy.
Used to butcher mothers. I don't know. This could be a little bit more brutal title.
So used to butcher mothers. Nice.
All right, we'll be right back.
God damn.
All right, that was an acquired taste. It's not bad, but
I think
like,
it's quite good.
I appreciate it for what it's doing, but didn't really do anything for me.
Really?
I love the drums on this track specifically. They do things that you don't expect them to do, and it almost throws you off, but not in a way that makes you not enjoy it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because from what I'm hearing, it's not like musicians that are like, oh, we can play, but and like showing off in any way. But it's definitely like these guys are very accomplished and are very talented too. So what they're playing is creative, and I'm sure in like a guitar viewpoint, they're doing some really crazy things that are connected in subtle ways that I'm not picking up on. It seems like very musically correct death metal, like Drew would say.
Maybe that might just because the production is a certain way, and that this is probably on a click track. But I really like all the transitions. They're all weird.
Yeah, I like that one right in the middle. It was great where they had that riff and slowed it down into cymbal hits. It was good.
Yeah, there's like a ton of cool transitions. I honestly wasn't paying attention to the structure so much. Where like, does this riff come back? Does that riff come back? I really kind of wasn't paying attention to that. I was sort of just enjoying the riffs as they came, and
Yeah.
I liked each like all of them a lot. They're all very unique, and they're all there's a lot of like nonsense ones in there too. And there's ones where I'm like, man, you hear that? Cool. And I'm like, oh, you hear that? They're doing a slam and it lasted for like a second, but this is doing enough for me, and it's also keeping like the same atmosphere that it was, it started with, where this sort of thing works for me. Because I know, Paul, you like Vital Remains to Christianize, right?
Yeah.
How does this compare to that?
I feel like that is very much, or a lot more
Because I know that's like a classic. This is
structured to like the traditional stylings of like poppy death metal, where there's definitely like verses and choruses going on.
Yeah.
Where this is kind of just
it's all over the
unfolding.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a book turning pages or something.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of the riffs and like the way things come structurally is like just catchier, I think. Like these guys have like good riffs that are catchy in the moment, but then it goes into something else that doesn't give you enough time to I guess jam out.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this like even recently, where I've told you that I kind of like when bands do that, where it's something that I have to pay attention to, and you have to come back to it, because like I like this immediately, but if I came back to it, I would it would be enjoyable to like dissect everything here. Like that's the kind of stuff that I like. Even with like Bowel Stew, where it's like it may seem like a bunch of crap, but I just like.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I like to, I like to just kind of be able to have to dissect like guitar riffs in ways that aren't like conventionally written.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Because I'll say that this is one I probably won't come back to, but I appreciate it for while I was listening to it, and it just doesn't have that like hook in me where I'm like, fuck, I have to listen to this over and over again. Like even if there is stuff that's so subtle, I'm not gonna hear over the first like 5 listens. It's I don't know. I just haven't acquired that taste yet.
As far as this style goes,
thing.
I usually don't listen to it, but this did it for me. Really liked it.
It's kind of a theme with my picks. It's a style I don't generally listen to, but I've singled these out and for whatever reason latched onto them. With the exception of Excoriate, that's very much up my alley.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think you did a good pick though, because it shined a light on
Something else.
Yeah, like
we
this.
really haven't talked about
this
much.
very like. I don't know if it's like a niche or something, but it's definitely
It's sort of a niche.
of like technical brutal death metal that isn't Defeated Sanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the blackened version. Like all these bands that we've been talking about are kind of blackish. Even Hate Eternal is like, you know, it's leaning towards that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So good pick for that.
Cool. Well, my last pick is probably
best.
the release that's much more in line with what we've been viewing as brutal death metal throughout this block, and that is Euphoric Defilement with their 2013, I think, album,
Let's go, baby.
Interesting
Ascending
year.
to the Worms.
Yeah, that
What?
means they were, below that. Here we go, Anti-Religion 2. But Apocalypse. With the themes.
But yeah, and I think this is, so now we're entering more into the style of brutal death metal that I don't know too much about. I think this is,
Let's just say the most modern style of brutal death metal.
it is the most modern style, the most slamming, the most shaved heads and baseball caps sort of brutal death
My
metal.
kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think out of all the picks, this is probably the most brutal death metal. Even from Dan and my selections.
Yeah. Fred picked the one that's like the most normal.
Yeah.
Or the most like what you would expect from. It's got the cover, it's got the logo, it's kind of got the sound.
Not questionable.
Yeah, not questionable. It's
No,
exactly
definitely
what
not.
it wants, what it's appearing to be.
Yeah, and this coming off Unique Leader, the Deeds of Flesh label
Yeah.
has a lot of, history and just formative bands there, like Disgorge and, of course, Deeds of Flesh.
It's a weird one because I've never seen anybody really mention this.
Yeah, me either. It comes out
Yeah.
at a time where...
Yeah, it's a weird year. This comes out during the old school death metal resurgence.
Yeah, and I think that there was more of a focus on the more kind of what we listened to with Dethroned, but more I guess straight away the Defeated Sanities and more slam centric brutal death metal.
Yeah,
it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss with me with artwork like this sometimes, but this one does it, and I like it. And also, that's a great name, Ascending to the Worms. Great title.
Yeah, I like that it has the kind of sci-fi edge to the artwork and the logo too. The logo feels, every time they have that little gleam on the logo, the
the Wigger gleam.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, this one stood out to me when I heard
Wigger
it. The production is just right. The drumming is very, very at the front of the mix, but not obnoxious. You can still hear the riffs really well. And the vocals are awesome on this. They're so gross.
Vocally.
Yeah, I think me and Dan went a little, because we're already so, I guess, in our terrain with brutal death metal, where we pick stuff that's more niche and within brutal death metal, where this is just solid brutal death metal as it comes. It's I don't want to, it's not generic, but it's you won't mistake this for anything else. It's just really, really great release. And you're the one that showed me this a year ago. I think we asked on one of your story questions, we're oh, what brutal death metal CDs do you have? Or I think we might have even
this one.
Yeah. We're how do you even come across this one?
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't even remember how I came across this. I think I just found it at one of my local used record stores and just thought it looked cool, then Googled it when I got home, and then went back and picked it up because it, for whatever reason, tickled a particular itch that I didn't really know I had. So, yeah, I don't really have an answer for you. I just found it.
I'll beef up your answer in post. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
We're
AI.
We're gonna edit this.
Yeah, I'll get an AI Fred and make it a bit more interesting. Just kidding.
That doesn't take much.
But yeah, Great pick. Dan, what do you think of this one?
I kind of gave my thoughts initially already. Like I said, I haven't
Paul,
listened
pay
to Fred's
attention.
pick since Friday. The only one of the things that I was thinking while I did enjoy it. I think I listened to this one second. Maybe it's just because I listened to Dethroned last, where I'm like expecting something great, and my mind went, yeah, this is great. But no, I thought that was terrific. Listening to it now, but initial thoughts of this, I was like, I don't know that this is a plus or a negative, where it almost feels like this band doesn't quite know where it wants to go stylistically. It feels like there's a bunch of things thrown into this, from like different styles of brutal death to make this album. That again, that's not a positive or negative. It's just kind of what I immediately thought. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to re-listen so I can get a full grasp of what's going on here.
It's funny you say that, because listening to this, it feels so one-minded in a specific direction that it just wants
so?
to be. I thought so. It's just focusing on bludgeoning. Like, I found
What do you think of that point, Paul? Does it seem like there's a lot of
each other?
Does it seem like they're doing a bunch of different things? Because I feel like that's what I initially thought. Or is it kind of how Fred said, one-dimensional almost?
Well, I think from like what I said with Excoriate, where it's like brutal death metal is brutal in a sense of like how relentless it is with how fast it goes, and also with how like slow it goes with like slams and stuff. So I think it fits like dynamically bouncing in between those two perfectly.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's more single-minded too.
Okay. One other thing that I was thinking when I was listening to it was sort of like I was going to say Excoriate, but maybe it doesn't make sense. This almost seems a little bit less technical than most modern brutal death metal bands. It seems like it's
Definitely
slightly behind as far as technicality goes.
Yeah, I think that that's fair to say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hear a track to get another some more thoughts on this.
I'm not surprised to hear you say that, though, because technicality in death metal is not something I usually tend to strive towards. Everyone here knows I like my shit dumbed down, and this is still very proficient, but they're not doing anything. There's no wankery here. This is just they're doing what they're doing.
Either way, it's a very interesting Fred pick. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, for coming from me, this is not something you'll see very often.
All right. You guys want to get into a track? I'm going to go to the Euphoric Defilement topic.
All right, what track are we listening to, Fred?
I was going to do Abolishing the Divine Structure first.
Okay. And
Please allow me to piss.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the," I thought you were gonna say to the bathroom again. But what track was it again?
Abolishing the Divine Structure, track 5.
Track 5.
All right.
I'm just going to an individual track.
We will be right back. we're back.
We
Interesting song.
Oh man, what a great track.
actually could feel Paul's euphoria.
I was definitely grooving with it. But yeah, it's like, oh,
Everyone's got thoughts
all
at
at
the same
once.
time.
Go ahead, guys.
Dan,
Yeah, maybe it's not as sort of like scatterbrained as I thought. It's doing only a few different things, but they all sort of function together good, like neatly enough. It's like you have something that's like the Discourage riff, and then you have something that's like the normal brutal death metal Dying Fetus riff, and then you have like kind of a few weird slams that like aren't typical, and then you have like the interrupter like chords that down, where it's like I feel like that one in particular a lot of brutal death metal bands wouldn't do. It's samey as a lot of stuff, but at the same time it's sort of hard to compare this to any one particular band, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think this band kind of takes some influence from like some deathcore bands, not in like a breakdown sense, but sort of rhythmically. Like there's like that main like sort of what's that called? What's that shit called when you have like empty space in a riff?
I'm not sure.
Negative space.
Negative space.
Yeah, so they have like that negative space riff where the drums keep going through it. That seems like something that I would hear like some deathcore bands doing.
The Faceless would do that for sure. I've heard them do that.
Yeah, and then I see in the band photo a band that I don't really listen to that much. I don't really remember what they sound like, Decrepit Birth, but I know that was like sort of a band that towed the line between like tech death and deathcore, at least from like a fan base.
It did fan base wise, but that was more like that. As far as I can remember, Decrepit Birth was more like a Necrophagist kind of thing, almost. It was like Discourage mixed with like Necrophagist. If that makes sense. Because I mean, I see where this band has some moments where they shine in like doing stuff that's like overly technical, but not overly technical, but it's towing that line right between, like right before becoming something like show-offy.
Yeah.
Almost. It's like not quite there yet though.
Yeah, I think
I think it's a plus for them.
Yeah, and I was looking at some of the members and stuff, and we've actually seen the band that that some members are from, Innominate.
Which one?
Innominate.
Innominate. We've seen that band?
Yeah, I've seen them a couple times, and they're more like kind of suffocation in a way, especially like vocal wise. When I seen them, they're great, really tight. And because I just realized that these guys were from California, because while you're in the bathroom, I was watching some drum cam, and it was just like some foo on the drums.
Yeah, it says Los Angeles, California, Euphoric Defilement.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting that they, I'm assuming, were fans of like some deathcore bands. And
they look like guys that would be fans of that.
Yeah, and like
this comes out in a perfect year where deathcore kids would be discovering and playing brutal death metal, and that's what this band looks like. And because it's almost like a Carnifex type situation where it's like, yeah, it's a deathcore band, but they also listen to death metal, and some of the riffs are
like death metal yeah,
ish. Yeah, like this almost doesn't seem like a band that would be into like old school underground metal. It seems like a band who would be kind of just into modern brutal stuff.
Yeah.
That's the feel I get.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot to take from rhythmically from deathcore that seems to be like shunned or like frowned upon in like the metal community. But I don't know if that was.
You mean the chugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, metal bands are afraid to chug nowadays. Don't be afraid, guys. It sounds cool. You can chug.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can do.
Doesn't make
with
you
that.
a deathcore band. Doesn't make you a lame-o. Just you can chug.
Makes you sound sick.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like this whole time when they're going into the more like mid-pace sections. I was just nodding along with it and grooving out with like the vocals and like the triggers on the drums, just music to my ears. Like it's just like checking off all the boxes for like when you need to throw on a brutal death metal record. Like this one does no wrong.
The last quarter, last third maybe of this track in particular is wild. Like it has so many twists and turns. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. And yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, kind of interesting. Like there's a few similar artists, but I don't know that I would agree with any of them, which is a plus, because I think these guys are they at first glance at first listen they might seem like unoriginal, but I don't know. Listening to that song, it kind of is original. I can't. It's hard to compare this to anything else. It's definitely not a worship of anything. It's like a perfect mix of a few different things that are going on, death metal and deathcore wise, which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say this doesn't really sound like anything else specific. When I think of brutal death metal, this is basically what I think of.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's straight up modern. It's straight up what you would imagine, what anyone would imagine a brutal death band sounds like. But yeah, they're really not aping anything like any one thing. They have that going for them. And again, very interesting year, 2013. It's like the death metal resurgence has been born. Deathcore is basically dead at that point, and like old death metal kind of never really dies as far as like people being interested in it. But as far as like the t-shirts that these guys are wearing and just the vibe they give, I really don't think that they have any kind of old school interest as far as they put into their music.
Yeah. Like I can hear like some bands like Veracity or like Gorgasm, or maybe a real good band to compare this to is like Severe Torture.
You think Severe Torture?
Yeah.
I don't know that I agree with that one. In Veracity I agree with, and who was the other band you just said?
Gorgasm.
Oh, Gorgasm. Yeah, because those are like, that's like another group of brutal death metal.
Yeah,
bands,
exactly.
It's like it's not the normal brutal death metal where you have like Abominable Putridity and like Dying Fetus. It's kind of the next step of where it's like very extreme, getting more technical, but not to the point where it's tech death. You know, like that's those are perfect examples. That's where this lies. That's great observation. You got it.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that is like a niche within itself too. Because like when you hear those bands, it's like they're like very, like you said, you just like think brutal death metal, and like those are the bands that kind of come up, and they're not really going more into like a they're not like over the top technical, and they're not like over the top like brutal. Slam brutal. Yeah. They're just like right in the middle of like, I guess what death metal would naturally go into being brutal death metal, but not in like a like super death metal way, like in a very like modern sense, I guess.
Yeah, like this is like technically brutal death metal, but at some point it's like, is this not just kind of Gorgasm style death metal, like a regular death metal band? Because it doesn't really do that much that can be considered like, whoa, that's brutal.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It's good, but it's not like, oh, brutal. It's not that brutal.
Yeah.
There's two other bands on this similar artist list that I would agree with. This Septical Gorge from Italy, yes, and Inherit Disease. But Inherit Disease is like more on the technical side, but they're still like normal enough when they're not doing all that all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to hear one more song from these fellows.
Yeah, well, my next track is the one that comes right after, Dysfunction.
Dysfunction.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back from the Dysfunction.
I'm a little dysfunctional, don't you know?
I love the opening of that song. The opening feels so old school death metal.
It did.
And then it takes off and never looks back.
Exactly. Well, it's yeah. The first two riffs were like old school death metal. It does something that sounds like a Finnish band could have written it, and the vocals are something an old school band could have done. Drumming, everything, and then they kind of like stop. There's a transition, ding, 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 and that could be like a weird tech death thing. Like Gorguts could have done that, and then yeah, after that they don't look back. There was like one standout part in that where it was like the atmospheric part of the album, where it's like dun, wham, dun, wham. Did you hear that weird little spacey like
Yeah, that shit's sick.
dooms? Yeah, that was cool. That was different. That's one of those things that I've talked about. I don't know if we've gotten to talk about it on this block yet, but there's like a lot of brutal death metal bands that I've noticed do certain things that are like super atmospheric. Yeah, that was this band's moment. That like just weird riff that doesn't fit. It's not quite brutal. It's thrown into the middle of these like disgorgy type riffs, and it's just this like what would you even call it? This like cosmic or like angelic sort of thing in the middle of the brutal death metal album. And I love those. I love when bands do that. So that was awesome.
So
Yeah.
you like this one even more than you thought.
Huh?
So you like this one even more than you thought.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm digging it more than I did the last time I listened to it. I think the second one still might be my favorite, maybe. But this one's pretty interesting. Enjoying it.
Yeah, I love all the very mid-pace sections where the vocals are just like you can almost hear them like dripping.
Yeah.
Like with it's like the Angel Ochoa type vocals. In like Follow Tripsy, like damn, they're just like so good on top of those sections where it's just like grooving and the vocals are laid right on top of it. It's so perfect. Like those are my favorite parts within this band's release. But I mean we have to talk about the fucking A Peaceful Descent bass or instrumental with like the bass playing in there. Dude, that shit's fucking so good. You guys listen to that track?
I did, but I don't remember
I
what it
have.
sounds like.
Yeah, which one was it?
A Peaceful Descent.
Is that the
instrumental.
Yeah. Okay, no, I remember that one.
Dude, that was like such a perfect like interlude track or instrumental track, like just like it says, just kind of just peace in there, and the bass playing is like doing some like tapping work, but not in like a way you'd expect. It kind of reminded me of like if I think it's Monkey from Korn like played like melodically. Yeah, that's.
I just went through it right now. That is pretty great.
Yeah,
it's another one of those atmospheric.
Yeah, exactly.
Things in your brutal death metal album. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like a whole song of that. It's so good. Like I love that.
It's almost like a prog rock interlude, but it's like it I feel like it almost feels like it wouldn't work or it doesn't fit, but I don't know. It always sort of breaks it up and makes it feel like a very serious piece of music, like the entire thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's
so,
like
stuff like that is really, really terrific.
It's not like a way of like showing that this takes like talent and musicianship to like write the rest of the album. It just seems like a perfect break in this that they're also capable of doing, you know?
Yeah. Little breaks. Appalling Spawn does them. Worm does them. Fate. All the best brutal death metal bands do them.
Yeah. And then there's a whole song right there of that, and it's just so great. Like when that was like a real standout track to me, and I typically don't like instrumentals, but that one really did it for me.
But the coolest thing about a lot of the parts that are like that on various albums, even this one, it's like none of them really seem to be bluesy. None of them really seem to be taking him, like, they don't seem to have any sort of one style. They just kind of come out atmospheric and, like, beautiful, honestly, a lot of the time, in a way that's more akin to, like that fucking PFM moment rather than anything that's lame or bluesy. I don't know why. I have, like, a big problem with, like, blues stuff, I think, for the past, like, 5 years. But yeah, I think the fact that they just avoid that is great.
Yeah. Great way to kind of give you a little breather and then just bring you right back down.
Something to enjoy, not just a breather, but something that's like beautiful.
Yeah, that's like if I could just like listen to one song off this album, it's probably gonna be that one. Like even though it's like completely different from the rest of it, like that's almost just like a musical feat right there.
I do find though that the having it in there really gives you the contrast that you kind of forget about.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, did I have my playlist on shuffle?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to Excoriate, right? Like I was saying, how those they skip into those old school riffs and then go right back into the brutal death. It makes it that much more impactful. And these guys tend not to do that. Like we had an more old school riff at the beginning of this the track we just listened to, Dysfunction, but it's still very in your face. Having this like moment of reprieve brings that intensity back and makes it feel fresh again instead of just blasting you with the same thing all the way through, which I thought was a nice move to have on this.
Yeah. But yeah, great album. You guys got any final words for that?
No, I agree. It's a very good album.
I'm
It's
just
interesting.
thrilled that I was able to bring a brutal death metal album, even if it wasn't new to today, but one that you guys hadn't heard of before. That especially Paul enjoyed so much because he's very much the brutal death metal guy that I know. So that's always fun.
Yeah. Last thing, this album sounds purple.
Yes, it does. I don't know why I agree with you, but I 100% agree with you.
I love those worms.
No.